Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Aaron Collins, and this is another rendition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. Hope everyone's doing well this Wednesday. So I've covered videos before about cooning and people being in the sunken place and the state, the mental state that many black people are in today. And it's a real serious issue when you have black people that are caping so hard for their oppressor that they literally forget who and where they are in the society that we live in. That's serious. It's actually scary. Last night I happened to see the interview on TMZ Live with Kanye West, with Harvey and Charles, and well, let me just get on the commentary. So Kanye, he was recently at some rallies or some protests or some gatherings, and he was wearing a bright red "Make America Great Again" hat, and he was caping for Donald Trump, saying Donald Trump is his homeboy. He loves Donald Trump. Basically, just saying some things that were just looking at Kanye. He was not him. This was a different Kanye from the one that we saw in '05, back after Hurricane Katrina, when he said George Bush doesn't like black people. This is a completely different Kanye. And I've said this, that I don't think Kanye's really been the same since his mom passed, but it's even deeper than that. And being with the Kardashians, it's done a number on him as well. But Kanye's saying things such as slave, and that's really the hot button topic I really want to talk on. He's saying that slavery was a choice, that the slaves could have chosen to be free, or they could have made the decision, and it wasn't necessarily that easy for them. He's basically hitting on talking points that were made by Ben Carson a year ago, and it's very disturbing, to say the least, that he actually thinks this way. And looking at Kanye, seeing how he's acting, it's not. It's like he's not even himself. It's like someone else is in his body. Kanye is definitely way deep in, knee deep. Well, even beyond knee deep. He's like whole body deep in the sunken place, and it's literally a get out moment with him. Like someone took his brain out and replaced it with a white supremacist mind, and he's just running around happy, and at the same time he's just trying to cape up and claim that he's standing up for the black community. And he also had he had Candace Owens on there with him. Candace Owens was the young lady whose talking points who he was agreeing with. Candace Owens she's been made popular for the fact that she's not real popular, but she's some kind of political. Well, I'm not even sure what she is, but she made the statements that, even though this is not particularly about Candace Owens, this video is mainly about Kanye. He was agreeing with Candace when she said that black people need to forget about slavery, that we need to move on, press for the future, that we're not our ancestors, we weren't there. And no, yeah, I agree, it's true, we weren't there, but still we're still living in the effects of it. We're still dealing with the effects of white supremacy and chattel, as well as antebellum slavery. We're still dealing with the effects of continual, perpetual racism as is going on today. We're still dealing with the modern day slave patrols, today called police officers, that are shooting black men in the streets unarmed. We're still dealing with that. But Kanye is going along with these talking points. He's going along with these statements. And he's going along with the continued discrimination, disenfranchisement, and murder of black people. We just had two black men who were kicked out of Starbucks simply for just sitting there. We had a black woman that was disrespected at a Waffle House in Alabama, had her clothes ripped off like she was just some animal in the street. So you're saying that we should ignore that and move on? I don't think so. And this is the same type of cooned out mentality that so many black people have. And Kanye West is tapping into that. He's tapping into that energy. He's channeling that very spirit that's a complete disrespect and disgrace to our ancestors who really died and bled just so we can have these freedoms. And I know people are going to want to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, Kanye is okay. No, that is not okay. That is not okay at all. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's okay. That is a disturbing mindset. You have completely taken on the mind of the oppressor when you make these statements saying that slavery, the 400 years of slavery was a choice. But I was glad to see that Van Lathan, who's also a host on TMZ, he pretty much checked Kanye on his, he called bullshit on exactly what Kanye was saying. And I was glad to see him step up like that. I was glad to see Kanye get his wake-up call, his calling card, so to speak. Because it's better for him to get waken up this way than for him to really get a dose of reality with so many other black men and women in society have dealt with because of the system of white supremacy. And I'm sure that this is not going to be the end of it, because Kanye, he's been doing some coon stuff for quite some time now. Now, I'm not saying that people should just cruise. Well, they're already doing that, so never mind. But I would suggest that folks not buy his products, do not buy his music, do not support Kanye because of the stands he's taking. And I'm saying this too. And then not to mention, you got people like Daz from the Dog Pound, who was obviously rifled by what he was saying, but he's taking on a whole new approach, and he's calling for Crips and gang members to go after him. And I mean, me personally, I'm not saying to do that. I wouldn't suggest anyone do it. But Kanye is you need to realize that this is real. Because another thing that Kanye said when he heard the threat of Daz, he said he thinks, oh, his brothers just wanting to rough him up. Bro, this is serious. This is not a game, Kanye. I mean, this is not something to take lightly. You know, you're sitting up here rubbing elbows with a man who not too long ago called the land of your ancestors a shithole country. You're rubbing, you're taking sides with this type of mentality. You're taking sides with someone who grabs women by their crotches, and he's under an investigation for some Russia involvement in the election. But this is not even what this is about. You're taking sides with a man who really could give, I'm going to just put it out there, two shits about you. You know, and that type of mentality is quite disturbing. It is a sunken place mentality. It is an oppressor mindset. And you're like one of those black slaves during slavery who sided with the master and told on the other slaves. This is something that needs to be talked about. Now, I don't know what the future holds for Kanye. I don't know what you are trying to prove, what you're trying to, and maybe you are trying to, I don't know, this, just, you know what, this publicity that you're getting, he's getting, it might be an opposite effect. I don't know, it might boost his record sales. I don't know. I don't know. But I would hope anyone in their right mind would not support this. please do not support this. I do not stand by Kanye West's comments. I don't stand by his remarks. Once again, shout out to Van Lathan for taking a stand against the madness and the coonery that is Kanye West. So, and the fact that he's from Chicago, I'm starting to feel a certain way behind that, because it's not making people from Chicago look bad, but you don't say that you're from Chicago, bro. Seriously, don't say that. Do not tell anyone else that you're from Chicago, because as of right now, Chicago, we don't even want to claim you, because you're making America ungreat again. Of course, I'm not quite sure of a time when, well, you know what, that's a whole nother topic altogether, because I can rant, but I really don't want this to be a rant. But, well, it is a rant, because Kanye, you're messing up. You've messed up, and you really need to get somewhere, and you need to go somewhere and take a seat. You know, you need to do something. I don't know. I mean, a couple years ago when you had that breakdown, maybe it did something to your brain. I don't know, but you need to take a sabbatical. You need to, yeah, just take a sabbatical. Don't make no more music. You need to get somewhere with your wife Kim and do whatever it is y'all do. But you definitely need to get out of the spotlight. The public eye at this moment does not need to see you. So anyway, everyone, I just wanted to once again put my 2 cents in. I really don't feel like I've said enough, that I'm saying what I want to say, but maybe I did. So, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit the bell icon to be notified. Let me know what you think. And also, support me at Aaron Aid, paypal.me/Aaron Collins. Any donation. And, you know, just, hell, say a prayer for Kanye. Someone needs to. Anyway, everyone, God loves you. I love you. Let's do life.